The other day, I was walking past a bar and I couldn't help but wonder, why is alcohol something that's always associated with socializing and having a good time? See, alcohol is something that's often described as a social lubricant, something that loosens us up, gets the wheels moving on a party, helps us express ourselves more freely. But what happens if you don't want to rely on this highly addictive, poisonous drug, and is it even possible to have fun without it? Well, today in this video, I'm going to be showing you why using alcohol to socialize is a mistake, the problem with using alcohol as a social lubricant, and at the end of the video, I'm going to show you a secret hack to get alcohol's effects without even drinking. But first, why should you listen to me? I'm Leon Sylvester, founder of SoberClear.com, and over the past 5 years, I've completely transformed my life after a decade of struggling with alcohol. I've now helped over 350 clients, including top professionals from NASA and Google, do the same, all by using a mental model called first principles thinking. So why exactly is using alcohol to socialize such a big mistake in the first place? Well, the other night, my friend invited me to go out to a networking dinner in Dubai. There were a total of 10 of us, and everybody had some kind of business. And just before I went to this dinner, I said to my girlfriend, if I'm honest, I'd rather stay home. And this is the thing, before I agreed to do something social, I always faced this wall of resistance. And I actually spoke about this with a coach of mine a while back, and we uncovered something deep. Honestly, it's something I don't really like sharing, but I don't mind sharing it with you because it's all related to help you not drink alcohol. But that resistance that I experience is probably related to some kind of fear. See, no matter how confident and interesting you are, when you meet new people, there is always a chance that they'll reject you in some way. When meeting new people, you're putting yourself out there and essentially taking a social risk. So, I'm sat at home and I'm about to make the decision. And you will see how this relates to going out without alcohol in a second, but here's the funny thing. It's like I have these two characters in my brain. There's one version of me, there's the soft, little boy version of Leon, the one that listens to fears. Little Leon stays in bed till 2 p.m, still has a soft, cuddly toy and drinks way too much Coca-Cola. And all little Leon wants to hear is his mum saying, just stay home, it's too dangerous out there, come and give me a cuddle. Then there's this other version of me that perks up. When faced with fear, this drill sergeant pops up into my head. Attention, get your ass outside, boy, quit being a punk, move, move, move. Now, don't get me wrong, this drill sergeant version of me has gotten me into trouble in the past. Like when I decided to walk 5 miles home in the middle of Medellin, Colombia, and I ended up in an area with one of the highest murder rates in the city. But in this instance, I decided to listen to the drill sergeant and I headed out. So I get to the restaurant and lo and behold, the 5 people that I know are sat on one side of the table, but unfortunately for me, I sit closest to the 4 other people who I have never met before. And it's all a bit awkward. Nobody knows each other, and we've all just sat there and everybody feels a bit apprehensive of each other. And then boom, within seemingly seconds, it all shifts. Hey, what are you doing here? What do you do for work? How are you finding living in Dubai? And then like magic, it's like we've all known each other for years. The table was buzzing, everybody was sharing ideas and stories, and it ends up being a great night. And here's the issue. If I had drank an alcoholic drink when I got there, those feelings would have been exactly the same. I'd have still felt that same apprehension. We all get these kind of feelings. It's a totally normal thing. But as soon as the conversation started and that initial awkwardness faded away, everything would have been flowing. And this is the first problem with using alcohol as a social lubricant. What would have happened is I would have given alcohol all of the credit, and then I would have created a positive reference experience in my mind of alcohol actually helping me. I'd have said something to myself along the lines of, damn, that drink really helped me loosen up. See, imagine the different beliefs in your mind as a weighing scale, and think of your life experiences as golden nuggets. And we have a scale here for the belief, should I use alcohol to help me socialize? On one side of the scale, you have alcohol help me socialize, and then on the other side of the scale, you have sobriety help me socialize. Every time you have a positive experience or social interaction and you drink alcohol, you put a golden nugget on the alcohol helps me socialize side. And because most people drink when they socialize, over the course of years, what do you think happens? Well, the drinker convinces themselves that alcohol helps them socialize. The golden nuggets are totally stacked. What they don't realize is that all those feelings would have moved out of the way anyway. The apprehension would still be there. Now, later on in the video, I will show you a trick to remove that apprehension in just a few seconds. But after thinking about this, I couldn't help but wonder, why would people even use alcohol as a social lubricant in the first place? And what's the issue with it? I mean, it's just a few drinks, right? Well, imagine this. Imagine there are 2 brand new drinks that launch tomorrow. One is called the Social, and the other is called the Roll. Now, these drinks are a little bit weird. The Roll comes in a big can, and on the top of the can is a 6-sided dice. On the back of the can are some instructions. Roll dice, what number you land on will be what you experience. You look at the back of the can, a little bit confused, and read out the effects. Roller 1, say something stupid. Roller 2, slur your words and make a fool of yourself. Roller 3, black out and forget the night. Roller 4, you drink, drive your car home, get arrested and get a DUI. Roller 5, you get into a fight. But if you roll a 6, nothing happens at all and you have a great night. You think to yourself, why the hell would anybody drink this drink? Then you can see the can of the Social. And the can of the Social has a big difference. It also comes with a 6-sided dice, and it has the exact same instructions. Roll dice, what number you land on will be your effect. But every single number of the dice was a number 6. So you drink the Social, nothing happens at all, and you have a great night every single time. See, which drink would you take? Would you take a gamble? Would you roll the dice? Well, every single time that you choose to drink alcohol, you are literally rolling a dice. Do you know what? Maybe it's fine. Maybe you don't have a problem. But then again, maybe it's not. Maybe you get a DUI. Maybe your wife gets mad at you. Maybe you don't have the energy to play with your kids the next day. And it makes no sense because the alternative is just too good to give up on. You get all the benefits of the roll with no damn dice. This is the awesome thing. When you don't drink alcohol, you can still have a great night without the danger, without the madness, without the chaos. But the problem lies in how we've been conditioned to see alcohol. We don't end up seeing the second, third, even fourth order consequences of that seemingly insignificant decision. What happens is most drinkers feel uncomfortable, like something's not quite right, like they've got some apprehension, and they immediately grab a drink. But one thing that I learned is the only reason why a drinker drinks in a social situation is because they're trying to feel how the non-drinker always feels when socializing. A non-drinker never feels the urge to drink in the first place. They don't feel a need to drink a drug just to have a good time. They're totally fine to have a good time without it. And I want to remind you this. You do not need alcohol to have a good time. You don't need to drink. All it is a belief, and the golden nuggets are just stacked on the wrong side of the scale. You can simply move them to the other side of the scale. You can change your beliefs. Now, if you feel like you're in a position where you already see alcohol as something that helps you socialize, there's one more thing that you can do. I promised you a secret trick to get alcohol's effects without drinking. Something that removes fear, apprehension, lack of sociability better than anything else. But to tell you this, I need to go back in time a little bit. See, even when I drank alcohol, I always knew in my heart that what I was doing was something stupid. Despite getting maybe 20 or 30 minutes of fake confidence, there was always this voice in the back of my head telling me this was a dumb idea. I knew that the best version of me would never touch alcohol, but there I was, drinking at pretty much every single social situation that I could drink. See, we all think that alcohol makes us more confident, but the reality couldn't be further from the truth. Every drink that we take doesn't make us more confident. It does quite the opposite. We trade a moment of fake confidence for a massive blow to our self-esteem. Because every single time that we drink, we move further away from the best version of ourselves. So, why did I say that you can get alcohol's effects without even drinking? Now, this is actually something that I work on with my 350 plus business owner and professional clients in the Sober Clear program, which if you want more details about, just click the link in the description to book a call to see if my new method could work for you, or visit soberclear.com. But the idea is that instead of going to the past and discussing all the poor me stuff that happened, or going to AA meetings and having to resist alcohol for the rest of your life, or God forbid, basically pouring alcohol into the wounds of your childhood, all the energy that you put into alcohol, you channel it. And you channel it into building the best version of yourself. So instead of escaping your life and low self-esteem through drinking a highly addictive drug, you start rebuilding yourself. You step into your purpose. You level up your career. You set a better example to your family. You become somebody that you are proud of. And when you become somebody who respects themselves fully and someone who's moving in the right direction in their own life, something beautiful starts to happen. You start to like yourself more than ever, so social interactions become easier and easier, and the nuggets start to stack in the other direction. You start to become somebody that other people want to be around. You become somebody interesting, someone inspiring, somebody that's got their head screwed on, someone that knows where they're going in life. Listen, nobody wants to be around a drunk, but everybody wants to be around somebody who has momentum in their life. And this is the great thing. When you remove alcohol from your own life, you can start becoming that person. You become somebody with a deep-rooted positive self-image instead of somebody who secretly dislikes themselves, only drinking for a momentary escape from the person that they have really created. And that is just a sad reality. But one thing I didn't mention in this video is the kind of drinker that you need to avoid if you want to socialize without drinking. So go ahead and click the video on the screen right now. You do not want to ignore this next video.